why the league has shifted so much in the 21st century. As a geographer and a map maker, I've been particularly fascinated with the spatial nature of these amazing changes. My first book, Sprawlball, explored how the three-point revolution reshaped the league, but the drastic shifts in gameplay in the best basketball league in the world were not just caused by the addition of the three-point stripe or analytics. Instead, they were sparked by a handful of legendary figures that changed the game. I wrote this book to celebrate the transformative hoopers that have both dominated the best basketball league on the planet and also reformed it in the process. Hoop Atlas maps out the metamorphosis of the NBA from Jordan through Jokic and into an unknown future. Today's hot take mediascape loves to compare and contrast the statistical resumes of the NBA's biggest stars and argue about who is better than whom. But that tired format misses the actual point of greatness, needlessly pitting the legacies of iconic athletes against one another. The truth is that these legacies have harmonized to create the modern game and lift up the sport too. The best hoopers of all time are not better or worse than each other any more than the best jazz players or best impressionists are better or worse than each other. Modern NBA games are filled with stretchy big men, step backs, crossovers, euro steps, and corner threes. But while those elements have come to define pro hoops in the 21st century, they didn't just appear overnight. They were invented, tested, perfected, and disseminated. They have slowly become fundamentals. Rings are easy to measure. Generational influence is not. With this Atlas project, I wanted to map out the gradual continental drift that characterizes the modernization of pro hoops. But I also wanted to salute the influencers that sparked it all. I wanted to explore the impacts of a handful of legendary titans that put the basketball world upon their shoulders and carried it forward. NBA teams love to memorialize greatness with decorative banners up in the rafters, but the league's most precious legacies are always found down on the floor, game in and game out. Chapter 1: The Atlas of the Modern NBA. It began with the shrug. Michael Jordan gave the world a preview of the modern NBA on June 3, 1992. Long before players like Stephen Curry shot pro basketball into outer space, Jordan put on the seminal performance that showed the basketball world the virtues of perimeter scoring. The modern NBA is defined by both major tectonic shifts in gameplay and the mighty cultural impacts we now associate with the league's brightest superstars. That evening in Chicago Stadium, Jordan turned the biggest stage in pro hoops into a one-man preview of coming attractions. Jordan's Bulls were hosting the Portland Trail Blazers in Game 1 of the NBA Finals. The two squads were the best teams in the league all year, and it had felt for months like this matchup was destined. A few weeks earlier, the cover of the May 11, 1992 issue of Sports Illustrated featured an image of Portland's Clyde Drexler and Jordan, along with the headline, "On a Collision Course." The caption read, "Michael Jordan and his number one rival, Portland's Clyde Drexler, are primed for a playoff showdown." That spring, basketball media was still trying to make sense of the sudden reality that the Magic Bird era was gone. The two icons had elevated the NBA in pop culture and fueled a decade's worth of narratives around the best basketball league in the world. The rivalry between Larry Bird and Magic Johnson famously set a new standard for marketability and hype for the finals. Their individual star power enabled David Stern and the NBA to manufacture drama and attract viewers in the same way that boxing promoters had been doing for years. Instead of framing the finals matchups as team versus team affairs, the league learned to sell them as clashes between heavyweight superstars. The 1984 finals didn't just pit the Celtics against the Lakers, it was Bird against Magic. This framing helped get viewers to turn on their televisions, but it was also an honest pitch line. The rivalry was not concocted by network executives. The two superstars had played each other in the unforgettable 1979 NCAA championship game before they entered the league.